Hi there. Today I will be presenting one of my favorite borscht recipes. This recipe was taught to me by my foreman back in the day. All the construction workers used to make this borscht. It is very delicious. This recipe is special in a way. Later I will show why it's so special. But before we start, here are some important remarks. Starting with the meat, we will be using beef ribs. If they are frozen, don't unfreeze them using water. Let them unfreeze on their own. That will result in a tastier bouillon. The water is already boiling. We will simmer the meat for an hour and a half. Don't forget to skin the foam off, which forms at the top. Once you add the meat to the pot, the boiling water will cool down a bit and it will have to start boiling again, at which point the foam will start to form at the top. It is very important to remove it for the bouillon to taste good. Beef ribs are now in the boiling water. I need to specify that this recipe doesn't use beets. Maybe the next one will have it. Now let's see the ingredients that we will use for this borscht. I like to prepare everything beforehand. Now I'm going to chop up the cabbage, dice the peppers and get the tomatoes out of the can. As you can see, we cooked tomatoes in their own juice. We'll add them too. So while the bouillon is simmering, we are going to chop and dice everything up. Again, don't use water or a microwave to unfreeze the meat. Let it unfreeze on its own. Then put it into boiling water while skinning the foam from the top and keep simmering it. While everything is simmering, we have chopped the cabbage, onions very finely, like for harcho. Grate the carrots, finely but not too fine. Dice the peppers and get the tomatoes from the can. Now we are going to fry onions and carrots. While they are frying, chop up the tomatoes. Look how beautiful these tomatoes are. They are very firm and juicy, perfect for borscht. But if you happened to have fresh tomatoes, you could use those instead. They will be just as good. Here are the potatoes. I diced them up very finely because I prefer them that way. I like them when they get very soft, almost melting in your mouth. But those potatoes are actually going to stay quite firm. Our meat is ready. Now I'm going to take it out of the pot and put the potatoes in. Get the meat off the bones and put it in the pot as well. Look at how our bouillon turned out. Transparent and very saturated. It will make not only for a great borscht, but for a good soup as well. Take a closer look. After adding potatoes to the pot, I salt the water. I did not put any salt prior to this moment. Then take the meat off the bone and add it to the pot as well. The beef turned out great, delicious, very soft and juicy. That is because we prepared the right way. we let it unfold on its own, and we added it straight to the boiling water. Now it is time to add the tomatoes, peppers, cabbage, a little bit later, fried onions and carrots at the very end. Do not forget to add salt to your liking, black pepper and bay leaf. You can experiment and add whatever you want, really. You can get great cooking experience and enrich your food with new flavors by trying something new. Every time you visit someone and try their borscht, it tastes a little bit different. So don't be afraid to make your own version of it. Again, more experimentation will enrich your cooking and add a personal touch to all of your dishes. Don't be afraid of it. Try new things, add whatever you like. Everybody has their own taste, things they like and don't like. There's nothing shameful about it. Take a look at how well it's turning out already. You could eat it as it is, but we have a few more ingredients to add. And now, what makes this recipe special? Take your potato masher and mash the potatoes for a little bit. This is what I was talking about in the beginning. This method was taught to me by my ex-foreman. This will crumble the potatoes somewhat and make the texture a little bit more interesting. Maybe this step is a bit more comfortable if you dice the potatoes in slightly bigger chunks, but I diced mine finely and I'm okay with it. It's still going to be great. Once you finish mashing, add the chopped cabbage to and keep it simmering on low heat. At the end, I'm going to add parsley and fried onions and carrots. Our borscht is ready. As you can see, the potatoes are a bit crumbly, with some smaller and bigger pieces. You can also see parsley and everything else we added. And since we cooked the bouillon the right way, it turned out very delicious. And not fatty as pork bouillon would be, for example. But pork bouillon would be delicious too if you do it the right way. If you liked the video, you could rate it and give it a positive review. But if you did not, let's not spread negativity around here. Let's make something positive and productive. Bon appetit!